Hello everyone, this is Sarah with That Right Life, and this video is a few weeks in the making. I've been sick. I've had a upper respiratory infection, aka the cold, and it's been a little bit rough. It's been 2.5, 3 weeks of this. I've not felt like doing much. I've been working on my writing. But yeah, so these clips are of like multiple days of me talking when I have a chance, setting up for, well, this video. So it's gonna be a conglomerate of multiple things. So stick around. So in this next clip, I am talking about storylining with the Barbara Kyle method for book 3 of Into the Blank of Running Rampant. The major point of doing a storyline over an outline is that you tell yourself a story in advance, the very basic bare bones of it, and you're able to kind of analyze it and see if there's a plot drop or something prior to actually writing, so that when you're in the process of writing, you can focus on the story that you've already got in your mind, that you've already set up in your mind, and it kind of helps you save time while editing, because you do not have to go through and look for plot point drops and things like that, because you've already done that. You are doing that and you're aware of what you're doing with the storyline. Quite frankly, I think I might like this. I've done it right now. I'm on the cooling off period. So basically what she does is she works on the storyline for 3 to 4 months, which that's insane to me to think about, that it took 3 to 4 months. And I think the reason it does is because she researches meticulously for things like what a character's profession is, like really in-depth character things, because she's an actor, and actors have different motivations in the way that they come at building a character, and that's fine, more power to her. But for me, 3 to 4 months is just a long time, and it kind of doesn't make sense. I was able to get this storyline done in 6 days, and that is, it hit 12,000 words, and I did include dialogue because I think it allows me to see, because this is just for me. Like, storylining is just for the author. It's not for the reader. It's not for anybody else to look at. It literally is just telling yourself the story. And for me, including some dialogue was all right. I didn't like force myself to not include it. It just kind of gives me a thought process on how the characters are reacting in this situation, because I wasn't going too in-depth on character development, because one of the things I like to do is see how they develop inside the story too, because one, it's organic. It allows me to personally to get to know the character, and I don't mind going back and editing things. It's a lot of work. It certainly is a lot of work, but it's life, right? It's a life I chose. Well, technically I think writing chose me, but whatever. So that's what I did, to the 6th, from the 1st to the 6th. I got it done so fast that I can't even access the winner certificate, because they're like, sorry, you finished it completely before we even got finished making these. So I have a 404 error. This quick video, I'm sorry if there's wind in the mic. I cannot hear it yet, but there is wind. It is such a beautiful day, and I am super happy to be here today. This week I've got the storyline done for Into the Alaskan. No, that's book 2. Into the Blank, which I keep saying. It's a toss up between 2 book titles. The one that I like the most is Into the Unknown, and it's because the storyline takes a lot of turns, and it fits the character. There's Into the Abyss, which I sort of like, and then Into Exile, which I also like because it also fits. So I'm kind of in a toss-up. Oh, sorry. I'm in a toss-up of which one I'm going to call. So that's what I've been doing this week, or that last week. This week I've been ignoring it because I'm trying Barbara Kyle's storylining, which you storyline for a week or for a month, and then well, in her case, 3 to 4 months, then you let it sit, and then you look at it again. Well, I read it over this morning. It's still in my mind the way it should be. I literally just changed, I added half a sentence somewhere just to clarify something, and then that's it. I'm like, okay, well, does that mean I get to write? Because now I get to write. So that's what I was doing this morning. I wrote, I had 900 words already written for it, and I was able to get probably about 1,200 words today written on it. I'm going through and doing a 1-line outline for all of the book, so that I can just glance at it. That's another thing she suggests. So that's what I've been doing today. I also have been working on some of my Ellie Abrams short stories. Those are erotic short stories. I published one that's available on Amazon called Cabana. I will link it in the description below. And super excited about that one. I'm working on another one called The Handyman. Handyman. So that one, I've gotten about 1,400 words done. So it's probably about a third to maybe a fourth of the way done. I've been trying to do 3 to 5,000 words on each of them. It's not set in stone. It's just how the story ends up. So I'm super excited about that. Also reading this book, Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross. It is really good. I'm glad for it. It seems to be the book that I've been taking with me in my purse. So anytime that I end up in a situation where I have nothing else to do but read, that's what I've been doing. In the morning, read. Sit here and wait for my partner, read. If you're interested in book 2 of Running Rampant, which is Into the Alaskan Wild, it will be released April 26th. It is up for pre-order right now on Amazon. I'll put that in the description below. And so the ebook's available right now. The print and so the paperback and the hardback are not available for order just yet, but they will be soon. And I'm going to have a giveaway on my Twitch channel on April 26th. So if you're interested in getting a signed copy of a paperback or a hardback, you can join me on Twitch on April 26th and get a copy of that and a free bookmark. I'll have to show those. They're super cute. And a postcard that's also set up for Into the Alaskan Wild. So another book that I'm reading starting to read, is the second anthology for Dublin Creative Writers Co-op of Ohio, DCW. And they have been killing it lately. There's quite a few people that are participating in sprints, myself included, when I'm up during their time, because they do it really early. There's a few of us doing Camp NaNoWriMo, which I smashed it in 6 days. And so I'm super excited about that. Beyond that, my goals coming up are to start working on book 3. I'm hoping to have it done in a few months for the first draft. It shouldn't be too difficult because I can smash out quite a few thousand words a day, but it literally is if the words flow, 100%. I'm also working on the Handyman. I'm working on 2 or 3 other short stories that have nothing to, like, they're not set to go anywhere. One of them's called Blueberry Hill, which that one is pretty fun. And I have a few vampire ones that are short stories or flash fictions that I'm working on as well. So my plate is a little bit full, but I did take a break. I forced myself to take a break because I've been pushing it really hard on writing. So I just played Disney Dreamlight Valley. I just played it for like 4 days straight. And I did play World of Warcraft for a little bit, but mostly just Disney Dreamlight Valley. Can't help it. It's pretty. It's calming. I was doing some videos for YouTube for it, so that worked out. Most of the poetry and the one short story that I submitted to literary magazines were all denied. There's probably like 4 out right now. Still waiting for responses. I'm not really down about it. It sucks, but it's one of those things you just have to cast a net and hope, because you can't determine what they want. So yeah, that's something I've been doing. I'm probably just gonna reincorporate those poems into my next book of poetry, which should be coming up soon. I think it's going to be titled Eclipse because that's what I labeled it as, but I'm not sure. That could change at any time. I also got new prescription sunglasses, which is great. Saving my eyes right there. What I have been setting up is a Patreon page for certain tiers. I might explain it by like capturing the screen so it's easier to show you. But it's gonna have different tiers for just like digital content, for videos, Q&As, things like that. And then there's gonna be a tier for a signed paperback and a signed hardback book for each release. My goal is to have at least 1 release every year, and that's a lot when you really get down to the brass tacks of completing a book, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. I know I can do it. It's just getting there, getting everything set up. Right now, I should be able to get book 3 done. Book 3, not book 3, done relatively easily. The story's already ruminating in my head, and the storyline's done. I also have started setting up in my brain and on paper the 4-book series called Witchy Ways. And I don't have any of the titles for the books, but I already have 2 covers that I like. And I'm working on the other 2. But some of it's really locating the right proper photographs for that. pictures and whatnot to set them up. Uh, and figuring out the titles, because that's important. But I usually don't know until I'm like part of the way through the book, so we'll find out. Thank you everyone for watching. This video has been kind of like a conglomerate of multiple days of talking. Um, so the important information is that I finished my storyline. I'm already starting to write book 3. Um, I have completed a short story for Ellie Abrams, what I call erotic shorts, called Cabana, and I'll link that in the description below. There's a pre-order going right now for Into the Alaskan Wild. It releases April 26th. So that would be great. It will be part of the KDP Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you'll be able to go ahead and get that on April 26th and read it. Thank you to those who have been reading Into the Meta. Excuse me, with the hiccup. I really appreciate it, and it is a great boon to me. I also have set up Patreon and Ko-Fi, which I'll also link in the description below, and maybe I'll go through and talk about the tiers for that. What is coming up in the next episode, I have a zero clue, but I am probably leaning towards showcasing a little bit of more cover working on, because I have two more previous poetry books to update the covers for. So yay. And more writing. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you're working on. I really appreciate when people comment and let me know. And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye.